Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a unique blend of building an RPG that combines the classic charm of Dragon Quest with a creative sandbox feel. Set on the Isle of Awakening, it lets players build towns, complete quests, and defeat the Children of Hargon, a cult that despises creation. The story is a playful journey where you travel across varied islands, gathering resources and helping locals to restore their world. Alongside your buddy Malroth, a feisty warrior with a mystery surrounding him, you'll experience fun plot twists and quirky humor that keeps the narrative engaging. The game's crafting is satisfying, offering an array of items and blocks to personalize everything from simple rooms to sprawling castles. The pace is a mix of guided quests and freeform building, giving players plenty of freedom, although some segments hold your hand a bit much. While it shares block building similarities with Minecraft, DQB2 has a storyline that makes each structure meaningful, which helps it stand out. For those who enjoy a casual building game infused with an RPG vibe, Dragon Quest Builders 2 is a delightful and creative escape. Dyson Sphere Program is a fascinating space simulation where players design massive automated factories across multiple planets, all aiming to build the ultimate Dyson sphere around a star to harvest its energy. The game offers an addictive mix of logistical challenges and cosmic exploration. Players start on a small, resource-rich moon, slowly expanding their industrial networks to other planets and eventually creating interstellar supply lines. What makes this game particularly satisfying is watching these intricate systems come to life, where every conveyor belt and factory line contributes to an expansive production network that only grows more complex as you unlock advanced technologies. The gameplay emphasizes automation, requiring careful planning and reconfiguring as your factories evolve. While some elements, like the control interface, can feel a bit clunky, it's balanced by a simple tutorial and a committed developer team constantly improving the experience. If you're into games like Factorio or Satisfactory, this one scratches a similar itch, but on a much grander, interstellar scale, bringing a real sense of cosmic ambition to the sandbox genre. Teardown is a creative sandbox for destruction enthusiasts, mixing puzzle elements with highly detailed physics and destructible voxel-based environments. The game lets you blow through walls, drive vehicles through buildings, and ignite explosive chains that take down structures in satisfying, realistic ways. The single-player campaign starts with small heists, but quickly evolves into complex missions where you plan routes to grab items before alarms sound, adding strategy to all the chaos. Beyond the campaign, Teardown's sandbox mode lets you unleash pure destruction with all the tools you've unlocked, and the vibrant modding community adds even more variety, from new maps to wild weapons. Although the lack of multiplayer and some restrictive campaign elements can be drawbacks, the visual effects and sheer freedom in modded modes make it a standout for fans of open-ended play and physics-based destruction. Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord throws you into a gritty medieval sandbox where you build a legacy by any means, whether through diplomacy, trade, or war. The game's blend of RPG and strategy elements offers massive battles and an open world where you can recruit troops, lay siege to castles, or focus on becoming a renowned merchant. Combat is intricate with directional attacks and real-time command over your army, creating intense and chaotic battlefield experiences. Beyond the battlefield, you have the freedom to shape your story, taking on quests, managing trade routes, or aligning with factions. You can upgrade your army and gear through a grind-heavy but rewarding system that demands strategic thinking to maintain resources and grow influence. The lack of a clear tutorial might feel daunting for newcomers, but the sheer scale and flexibility of Bannerlord allow veterans to sink countless hours into building a personalized narrative. And for players interested in mods, Bannerlord has an active modding community, adding new dimensions to the gameplay. It's not without rough edges, as some systems like trading feel less interactive, and the interface can be a bit clunky. But if you're looking for a unique sandbox experience with high replayability, Bannerlord is unmatched in letting you lead your medieval saga. Starbound is a unique sandbox experience that drops you into a massive, procedurally generated universe with endless possibilities. Imagine Minecraft in space, but with a deeper story and richer lore. You begin by escaping your destroyed home planet, and from there, you explore countless planets, each with its unique biomes, creatures, and resources. The freedom is incredible. You can play as an explorer, a builder, or a fighter, thanks to an arsenal of weapons, tools, and craftable items. The game shines in multiplayer, where the vastness of space feels even more adventurous, as you team up or compete with friends. Starbound's combat system is straightforward yet satisfying, and you can customize your spaceship and character with tons of upgrades. Although the quests can feel repetitive, the modding community has created a vast collection of mods that add everything from new species to enhanced graphics. For fans of sandbox games who love sci-fi and exploration, Starbound offers an exciting, almost limitless journey through space. Valheim is a unique survival sandbox game that combines Norse mythology with an open-world experience. You start in a massive, procedurally generated world as a Viking warrior sent by Odin to survive, build, and fight through a vast landscape full of mythical creatures and ancient gods. One of the coolest aspects of Valheim is its building mechanics. You can construct anything from a basic shelter to a full-blown Viking fortress. The game balances exploration, resource management, and combat well, and it feels incredibly satisfying to progress from simple stone tools to powerful weapons and armor. The cooperative multiplayer mode adds a social element, letting you explore, build, and fight alongside friends, which can be a game changer. Valheim's graphics may be stylized and somewhat retro, but the atmosphere and gameplay depth are incredible, making it a memorable experience for anyone who enjoys open-world survival with a mythological twist. Starfield by Bethesda is an ambitious space RPG that lets you explore over 1,000 planets, each with its own environment and challenges. It brings a mix of deep storylines and a sandbox-like experience, where players can either follow the main quest or dive into side missions, base building, and ship customization. The freedom of exploration is one of its biggest draws, as it feels like a massive playground where you can venture into unknown galaxies, encounter various factions, and make moral choices that impact your journey. The game's visuals are impressive, especially in space travel, but there are some issues with load times and the occasional bug. It's an experience that demands patience, but if you enjoy immersive worlds and discovering new places at your own pace, Starfield is a rewarding journey. This game is perfect for those who want to lose themselves in a universe full of secrets and stories, despite the hiccups. Minecraft is one of the ultimate sandbox experiences, giving players an open world to explore, build, and survive in. Starting with nothing but your hands, you gather resources, craft tools, and shape your own journey. The beauty of Minecraft lies in its versatility. Whether you're constructing elaborate structures, delving into deep mines, or fending off enemies at night, it offers endless creativity and adventure. The pixelated graphics might seem basic, but they add to the charm and timeless appeal. Multiplayer modes take things up a notch, letting you collaborate or compete with friends. With frequent updates that bring new mobs, biomes, and items, Minecraft stays fresh and engaging. It's the perfect blend of simplicity and depth, making it easy for newcomers while giving veterans countless hours of fun. Terraria is a true sandbox gem, blending survival, exploration, and creativity in a 2D pixelated world. Since its launch in 2011, it's evolved into a massive universe with countless biomes, over 5,000 items, and an array of NPCs. Each new world generates randomly, ensuring a unique experience as you dig, build, and fight. Unlike most games, Terraria encourages players to create their own adventure, whether it's building a massive base like tackling massive bosses or collecting rare treasures. Recent updates keep expanding the content, adding more items, quality of life improvements, and even a dedicated journey mode where you can control difficulty settings. Terraria's charm lies in its open-ended nature and vibrant community support, making it endlessly replayable for fans of all ages. No Man's Sky is an incredibly ambitious sandbox game that has transformed over the years into a true open-world space adventure. Players are dropped into a massive, procedurally generated universe where they can explore countless unique planets, each with its own ecosystems, weather patterns, and biomes. Recent updates have added even more depth, including dynamic weather effects, expanded underwater exploration, and a wider variety of plant and animal life, making each planet feel even more alive. The game allows you to build bases, trade, and even tame creatures for exploration. In addition to solo play, you can team up with friends in cooperative multiplayer, tackling missions and building bases together, or even engaging in combat if you cross paths with other players. The game shines in VR too, making exploration feel that much more immersive. Thanks to constant updates, No Man's Sky has evolved into one of the best examples of a sandbox experience where freedom and discovery are at the heart of the gameplay. It's an ever-evolving universe that continues to reward curiosity and imagination. Outward is a survival RPG that stands out for its uncompromising approach to adventure. The game drops you into a rugged world where basic survival skills are just as crucial as combat abilities. You start as an ordinary character with no hero status, simply trying to pay off a debt before it costs you your home. Outward's challenges are both physical and strategic. You'll need to manage hunger, fatigue, and exposure while also navigating hostile terrains and dangerous dungeons. There's no hand-holding here. Instead of quest markers, you're given vague directions, encouraging exploration and rewarding patience. The combat can be intense, especially since healing options are limited, and any encounter can end in an unexpected setback. However, these challenges add to a rewarding sense of progression. Magic, too, is complex and demands sacrifices like permanently reducing health to gain mana, making each spell feel like a genuine achievement. Co-op mode offers a unique twist, letting you tackle this harsh world with a friend, either online or via split screen, which enhances the experience by adding a layer of strategy and shared adventure. Outward is a test of resilience, but for players who enjoy a challenge, it's an unforgettable journey of survival and discovery. Ark Survival Evolved offers a wild, prehistoric sandbox experience where you survive, build, and tame dinosaurs on a dangerous island. As a survival game, it's packed with moments that will keep you on your toes, crafting shelter, finding food, and defending yourself against all sorts of hazards. What really makes Ark stand out is its immersive open world, where you can ride dinosaurs, engage in tribal warfare, and construct massive bases either alone or with friends. Despite its popularity, Ark has some technical issues, and with the recent focus on its remake, Ark Survival Ascended, the original Ark may feel outdated to some. However, if you're a fan of survival games and want a unique, challenging environment with tons of replayability, Ark Survival Evolved still offers plenty of excitement. Rust offers an intense survival experience set in a harsh open world where players face environmental dangers, aggressive wildlife, and perhaps most brutal of all, other players. Your main goal is to stay alive by any means necessary. Starting with only a rock and a torch, you'll gather resources, build shelter, and craft weapons, steadily working your way up to more advanced equipment. The gameplay leans heavily into PvP, where encounters with other players can mean instant death, or if you're lucky, a rare alliance. The game's multiplayer design encourages either fierce competition or cooperative gameplay, with players able to raid each other's bases or team up for greater security and resource sharing. Rust's expansive map includes randomly generated structures like monuments and safe zones, which add strategic depth. Vehicles, such as modular cars and boats, enhance mobility, while airdrops and roaming helicopters introduce high-stakes opportunities for loot. With ongoing updates and an active player base, Rust continues to offer one of the most unpredictable and engaging sandbox survival experiences around. Cities, Skylines II takes city building to a new level with its intricate systems for traffic, economy, and even citizen happiness. The game lets you manage over 400 map tiles, meaning you can expand your city far beyond the boundaries of the original game. Dynamic seasons and climate impact gameplay, so you'll need to adapt your infrastructure as you grow. The new citizen simulation adds depth. Every resident has needs that affect city morale, making planning essential. Cities, Skylines II delivers a realistic city-building experience that fans of the genre will find both challenging and rewarding. 2 Point Campus takes the charm of managing quirky facilities from 2 Point Hospital and brings it to the academic world, where you build and operate your dream university. You're not just handling lectures and libraries. This game offers unique twists, like gastronomy classes where students make giant food creations or night school for learning medieval combat. With its user-friendly tools, you can freely design everything from outdoor gardens to sports arenas, giving you a lot of creative control over your campus layout. The game's tone is lighthearted and packed with humor, making it more than a typical management sim. Instead of a standard school setting, you're managing wild courses and even weirder students, all in a setting that captures a fun and engaging atmosphere. This game also includes various updates and downloadable content, like the Space Academy, which adds even more unique courses and decor. For anyone who enjoyed the quirky nature of 2 Point Hospital, this game offers a fresh take on management, with lots of personality. In Kerbal Space Program, you run a space agency operated by little green astronauts, the Kerbals, as they venture into space. This game's physics-driven sandbox lets you design and launch your own rockets, planes, and space stations using realistic orbital mechanics to guide your explorations. It's both challenging and rewarding, especially when you finally manage to land on distant moons or planets. For beginners, the game offers different modes that gradually introduce complexity, while experienced players can push their creativity with mods and advanced missions. A perfect pick for fans of science and engineering. Project Zomboid delivers a brutal and realistic zombie apocalypse experience where survival feels genuinely challenging. Set in an expansive open world, this game lets you manage everything from hunger and health to mood and mental well-being. Players can take on various survival strategies like scavenging resources, barricading safe zones, and crafting essential supplies to outlast the zombie horde. What's unique is the game's SANDBOX mode, which allows for extensive customization. You can adjust zombie speed, infection types, and more to suit your desired level of difficulty, or experiment with different apocalyptic scenarios. The game's isometric visuals and intense permadeath system amplify the tension, making every encounter feel risky and meaningful. Add in its cooperative multiplayer and modding support, and Project Zomboid becomes a highly replayable and community-driven sandbox, perfect for fans of hardcore survival experiences.